𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗪𝗶 Today's topic is problems means advancement. Now, what do I mean by that? That means if you face problems in devotional life, and of course everybody is going to face problems. It's not that our life will be like a royal carpet, welcome to the spiritual world. It's not. It is not like that, and it will not be like that. There are reasons for that. So, if we are facing problems in devotion, you should be absolutely be sure that you are advancing in devotion. Either physical problems, mental problems, or maybe spiritual problems. Mind is disturbed, or maybe you're not able to follow spirituality with the same enthusiasm as before because of some spiritual problems, maybe conflict between devotees, or maybe some strained relationship between senior devotees and you, or whatever it is. These are called spiritual problems. So this means you are advancing in devotion. Remember, don't get disturbed if there are problems in your life. Never get disturbed. Now, why do I say that? Because there was a Christian saint, Saint Teresa of Avila. She wrote a book, Interior Castle, and there she made a very nice statement, and I would like to quote her. She said, if any time in your life you are facing problems, physical, mental, or spiritual problems, be sure that God is planning for you so that you come back to Him as soon as possible. If you are facing no problems, this means you are really in a problem because God is not really thinking about you. So why problems are so necessary in spiritual life? Let us put it like that. Why they are so necessary, and why Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahmaji, he says in 10th canto, Tatyanukampam susamikshyamanam bhunjane vatmakrita vipakam. He says, devotees see the problems in their life as mercy of God. Why does he say that? I mean to say, this Lord Brahma saying this means one conclusion is that devotees will face problems. That is why he is saying devotees see problems in life as mercy of God. Now, why problems are important in spiritual life, and who is giving these problems? Prabhupada clearly mentions these problems are not product of our previous karmas, because as soon as you surrender to Krishna, all your karmas are destroyed. But these problems are directly given by God. Although the point here is, because we are not purely practicing devotion, so our karma remains, but Krishna uses our karmas to actually give us problems. So in the process, the karmas become exhausted because they appear as problems, and the problems helps the devotee to grow spiritually, advance in spiritual life. So there are at least 5 reasons how problems in spiritual life helps the devotees to advance, and why God wishes that devotees should face problems. In fact, if God decides, if Krishna decides that I want to make this devotee sincere, He will purposefully put problems in his life, personally. Why? Because there are 5 reasons for that. The first is Krishna gives problems to his sincere devotees to inculcate divine qualities. That's the first reason. To inculcate divine good qualities. You see, for example, if suppose now, so if you read a list of good qualities, there is one quality, tolerance. Now, how do you learn tolerance? If you learn tolerance, you get quality of tolerance when you start tolerating. And to tolerate, you need a person who is intolerable, right? You don't tolerate a person who is tolerable. So God has to inculcate this quality of tolerance. Krishna has to put you in an environment where there are people who are intolerable, where there are situations which are intolerable. He has to give you problems to inculcate this quality of tolerance. you see, or humbleness. Humbleness is a very good quality. So how does Krishna inculcate humbleness in a devotee? Well, if you want to become humble, you have to be with people who are actually proud, so that you become humble. Am I right? Otherwise, if every devotee is humble around you, nice devotee, then you don't inculcate this quality of humbleness. So that's why Krishna will make you encounter with people who are proud, and then you have to be humble in front of them to actually help them to grow spiritually. That's one reason. Or maybe in temple, some senior devotees are there. You have to be humble to follow the orders of the senior devotees. So Krishna will put you in such situations. He will put you under somebody forcefully. You may not like, but he will put you forcefully under somebody whom you may not like, but then humbly you have to follow. So that's why first is to inculcate divine qualities. Krishna gives problems. Second is Krishna gives problems because problems generate enthusiasm. You see, problems, if you take problems in a very positive way, as challenge, not as problems. People who take problems as problems, they become depressed. But people who take problems as a challenge, then they don't become depressed, they become enthusiastic. So problems make a sincere devotee more enthusiastic. Okay, fine, these are problems, I have to face it, I have to go beyond it and achieve my goal. So to generate enthusiasm in sincere devotees, Krishna gives problems. And the third point is, Krishna gives problems to save us from lust or sex desire. I mean to say, if you don't have problems, empty mind is devil's mind. You're happy. And the next thing is lust. So when problems are there, you are in anxiety, you don't have any other time to think of any other thing, your mind is not idle, it's occupied by anxiety, and thus you will become free of sex desire. Prabhupada always says, spiritual anxiety. We should have spiritual anxiety so that we don't have time for sex or lust. Fourth is, Krishna wants to give us some lessons through these problems. So he gives us problems, and he also gives us necessary intelligence so that we can understand why he is giving these problems. What is his intention? There is some teaching behind these problems that he wants to convey. Just like mother slaps a child should think, why mother is slapping me? Because she wants to convey, you should read. So this is a lesson behind slapping. If the child understands, and if the child starts reading, slapping stops. If he doesn't read, more slapping. So Krishna is giving problems to make us understand, yes, you have to improve in this sector, that's why this problem is there. Once you identify that problem, correct it, your problems are over. That's all. Finished. It stops. Krishna stops. And the fifth point is, Krishna's punishment in form of problems is very sweet. Sometimes Krishna gives problems as a punishment because we do some mistake. He punishes us, but that's very sweet, because when Krishna punishes us, he corrects us of that mistake, first of all, by his own divine ways. And second is, he also benefits. His punishment, his giving problems is very sweet, because devotee knows when he gives problems, his problems will also benefit us, not just his blessings. We are convinced everything about him is beneficial. So that is why Krishna gives problems to his devotees, and that's why if you are facing problems in your spiritual life, physically, mentally, spiritually, be sure that you are advancing in devotion. Last point, just footnotes I want to make clear. Spiritual problem doesn't mean that you're falling down again and again. That's not the point I'm talking about. By spiritual problem, I mean some politics in the temple you're facing. Well, this is, or maybe you're having problems with your senior devotees, they are speaking something and you're not able to tolerate that. So in that position you're not comfortable. So those kind of problems, if you are facing, that's what I mean by spiritual problems. Anyway, so that's the point. Be happy, but don't assume that being happy means there will be no problems. That's the whole point. But if problems are there, you should be very happy, you're advancing, try to decode why problems, Krishna is giving problem, try to identify the problem behind the problem, try to correct the fault, and your problems will stop. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.